It's the Roar Live.
With hosts, the outsider, Scotty Williams, Mr. Tell It Like It Is, Corey Tiez,
With special guests.
fans across the nation.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Roar Live right here on MyMichiganTV.com, YouTube, Facebook, and beyond. Hey, it's been a quiet weekend other than Michigan State. But we still have a lot to talk about, folks. A lot to talk about. I am Scotty Williams, and that's Corey Tiez.
I disagree with the quiet.
You
Just because the
think
Lions didn't play doesn't mean it's quiet.
Well, you're probably right in other sports that normally we don't cover, but I mean, cover as much.
Right.
But listen, we're going to be talking Tigers baseball. The off season is almost underway, and a lot of things are scurrying around that I've loved to read about that could be debatable today. We'll talk NFL football around the league. Well, there's so much to talk about around the NFL. I did watch some football this week, even though the Lions weren't playing. Of course, the NBA has got some scandals going around.
Yeah, NBA's kicked off scandal, yeah.
And Chauncey Billups is at the head of that rest. We'll talk more about that. World Series is tied at 1 game apiece, and Game 3 tonight is in Los Angeles. We'll talk more about that because, hey, my team is still in it, the Los Angeles Dodgers. And, of course, we'll talk Michigan State weekend review with the 31-20 win. And, of course, I'd really like to get your take on all these mid-season firings in the NCAA. I'll tell you, it's something I've never seen before. And, of course, we will have Safer Trap with Sean Stewart. And, of course, Believe It or Leave It. And we'll talk a little bit about the Pistons or Red Wings. We'll get a review with that. And, of course, we will listen to your comments and questions right there on the YouTube. And listen, like and subscribe to this stuff. I keep saying that every week. But we want you to like and subscribe. And Jared does a great job of putting up little shorts if you don't want to, or if you can't find time.
Go through
Especially if you can't find time to listen to everything all at once. You can also find us on the Cohen Bro Opinion Show podcasting your favorite podcasting platform, whether that's iHeartRadio, all that. The Roar is underneath there. And, of course, tonight, Corey will have a roar. I'm interested in hearing that. I know you are too. So, hey, let's get it started with some Michigan football, shall we? Oh, and then that's the QR code to get in on the show.
Yep.
Oh, you just take your camera up there.
Zoom in. That simple.
Yeah, it's that simple. Jared will get you in on the action.
That simple.
So Michigan State, top. I would say this is Michigan's second biggest rivalry. Michigan State, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
I
course,
mean,
yeah,
it went. I think how I thought it would go. 31-20 Michigan. They just ran the ball down their throat. I mean. When you look at it, Justice Hayes, 26 for 152 and 2 touchdowns. But I'll tell you, they had 2 running backs in 100-yard range there.
Yeah. No life. Michigan didn't look that great either. I think we'll get to State. I think Michigan. I like Underwood. I liked him in the beginning. I see it. I see the talent. I see the moxie. He's got to get another coach. This hard throw. This throwing bullets every time for 5 yards and out. He has to get someone to teach him how to play quarterback. You can't just play quarterback on talent. You can't just be talented and play quarterback.
And you're talking about Michigan State?
No, Michigan.
Oh, Michigan. Okay.
We'll get to that.
Okay.
Man, I'm talking about Underwood.
Okay.
Underwood. They're in good hands with him. They have the guy, but can he be? Are they going to coach him properly? Like I'm so not impressed with Sharon Moore.
Well, did you think Underwood was going to be more of a throwing quarterback? Like, did you really think Michigan was going to be like more of a pass first? I thought, honestly, I thought that they would be a little more. I thought it maybe be 60-40, but I mean, he was 8 of 17 for 86.
He
no
didn't even
touch.
throw for 100 yards.
I know.
He didn't throw. Michigan is always going to run. Let's just, but you got to kind of balance it out. You got to make this kid a quarterback. Let's just not make him a talent. Let's just not keep him as a talent. He is one of the most hyped quarterbacks coming out of high school ever. Now, granted, he's a freshman and it's not showing right now. I'm thinking it'll show. I'm not giving up on him at all. He's one of the most talented kids in the sport. But he doesn't know how to play quarterback. He needs polish. That's the word. He needs polish. And I don't think he's in the right hands to be polished. Michigan is a mediocre team. Michigan is a C-. Let's not kid ourselves. Michigan State is just an F. They're an F. And here I tried to juice it and give it some.
You think it was
some
Did you feel it was a lackluster game compared to like other Michigan State games?
It was a terrible game. It was a terrible game for both. It had nothing. It had no sizzle. Penalty. It had no sizzle at all.
Do you think with the way the climate of the NCAA is going right now?
Yep, we'll get to that.
That
Yeah.
that these rivalries aren't going to be rivalries like they used to be anymore.
Yep. We'll get to it.
Okay.
We'll get to it.
Well, listen, we'll come back to the Michigan State thing. We want you to tune in and give us a call. Or if you don't want to be seen but heard, there is a chat underneath there. And, of course, we want to answer your questions. If you have a question, if you have a comment, let's talk about it right here on the Roar Live. That is the QR code to get in on the action. You know, we're going to talk about the Tigers off and on throughout this show. I had a couple things I wanted to bring up to you, Cole. Mm-hmm. And the first thing I seen I think it was Motor City. Let me see where Motor City Bengals. I kind of watched their stuff, and they had an assessment of Riley Green, and I want you to know. Now they were saying that maybe people are realizing now that maybe he's not the caliber of player that you can build your team around.
Why?
Do you feel that? Listen, but I think he's to be a superstar. Is he like a Ohtani or whatever? No, he's not. But I don't know if he's the super. He's not an Al Kaline or somebody like that, or Alan Trammell. You know, he's not that. I agree with you on that because I know you've always had your criticisms about Riley Green. But do you think? What is your assessment of him?
Get rid of him. He's not efficient. Why when I say this in the beginning and they're winning games, oh, you're a Tiger hater. No, I'm not. He's not efficient. He's not efficient. He's a terrible outfielder. He can't throw. He strikes out 1 billion times. And the home runs that he hits, it's not efficient for him. There's no way he can be the star of your team. He's not a star. He might be a good guy in the locker room, but I've been saying this since he's come up and started playing with the Tigers. See if you can get something for him.
Yeah,
but
he hit 36 home runs this year, Cole. 155 hits.
I get it.
I mean, granted, he struck out 201 times.
So it washes.
Well, let me ask you this though: in the grand scheme of things, would you rather him strike out 201 times or hit into a double play 201 times? Isn't that out and out in the grand scheme of things?
No.
Miggy was great for hitting into a double play in his latter years.
Well, contact is always better than no contact. if you want to look at it like that. Riley Green's not good. He's an average ball player. That's it. The people know what they're talking about. I don't just make this stuff up. I watch him. Now that it comes out, when people start saying it, oh, no, you see it because he's not timely. His swing is terrible. Sometimes you can just run into the ball and hit the ball out of the park 30 times. It doesn't make you a good, efficient hitter. I think he's just an average baseball player.
I mean, he's only
I mean,
25. Do you think he can make a step up from there? Well, I mean, there's not a lot of players that hit 36 home runs.
This is true.
And he's only 25.
This is true. But next year he may hit 20. That's how terrible his swing is.
He's got an 806 on base percentage.
But look at his career. Like, so last year, just has he gotten better? Like, look at his average. It was 258 this year.
258, yeah. He's 111 RBIs.
Okay. I'm not saying the guy stinks, but as far as he's a complement to something else that can come in and help him.
Okay, so
He can't carry the. Nobody on that team can carry the team. Nobody on the team can carry the team, except for the one pitcher that they have, and he pitches 13% of their games. So nobody can. They need more than Riley Green. That's why people are now starting to look at it. You know, I've heard some people say he doesn't hustle. You know, he's not a base stealing threat. Like they moved him from. He started out in center. He can't play left. He can't throw.
But how? I mean, not a lot. There's not. I mean, granted, if you could play other positions, it's good. But I mean, is it a deal breaker that if you're a star that you have to play multiple positions?
No, you don't have to play. You don't have to play multiple positions. You just have to play the position that you play very well.
Okay.
That's what you have to do. But I wouldn't hesitate to see what I could get for him. I wouldn't. He's just not efficient enough. That's the knock on him. We've been running this back for 4 or 5 years. So
yeah.
You might have to clean house with him. I know they're young and everybody they're young, but they've been doing this for the last 4 or 5 years. So he's just not efficient.
Well, we'll get back to that because there's more Tiger talk. But listen, let's jump into something else, shall we? Let's look around at the NFL. A lot of good games. Tonight, the Commanders and the Chiefs take on each other.
That's a blowout.
In KC.
That's a blowout.
Is Jaden Daniels back?
No.
No? Well, then it's a blowout.
Yeah, it's a blowout.
So
It's a blowout with him.
Is there any game that you really thought, maybe that was a game that put him over the top? When I'm looking at the scores, I think the only thing that kind of jumped out to me is that Dolphins beat the Falcons in Atlanta.
Well, the Falcons stink. That didn't jump out to me. What jumped out to me, the game of the week to me, was
the Broncos beating the New York Cowboys.
No, that was. I don't even know if I think Dallas has like 6 players playing on the field.
So it's injuries for you?
No, everybody's wide open.
Oh.
Like, how do you get that? You're supposed to have 11 on the field, right? That game didn't jump out at me. That's the game that I said that the Broncos would beat Dallas. They have no defense, and this is what they do. Remember I said there's one quarterback? Here you go. Carry. You can't carry. Nobody carries teams. Only Patrick Mahomes does that. Dak wasn't going there and beat them. I know that. I knew it all along, and it came back to that. The game for me was, and Dallas hasn't beaten anybody. The game that came to me was the Bears losing to the Ravens.
With Huntley.
So now, Pittsburgh, you lose last night.
Yes.
Lamar comes back. Here we go. That was the game to me. That was the signature game to me. The Bears, if you had anything going, you win that game. If you're going to make me think you're serious, You win that game. You didn't. That tells me everything I need to know about the Bears.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, it's all an easy breakdown if you look at things. You know, the Jets are terrible. Cleveland's terrible. Dolphins terrible. Atlanta stinks. They all stink. There's only a few good teams left. That's it. People, Dak didn't put up 44 against the Washington Redskins. Well, there was nobody there. They were supposed to. That didn't wow me. This is the same stuff that happens year in and year out. Average quarterbacks, mediocre quarterbacks that cannot carry teams by themselves. Ben Johnson had everything going. You couldn't beat the Lamarless Ravens. And that's the game that's going to catapult the Ravens back. Now, they won't win the Super Bowl, but they'll get back in the hunt. That was a key game to me. That was the one.
Well, Huntley's a decent backup quarterback.
He is. He runs good, but you can't – the way that defense has been playing, the way they look so lifeless, if you're in Chicago, you're on a winning streak like that, you're on a roll, your defense is playing good, Caleb played decent, and you still found a way to lose? No, that's the game that you have to have for me to think you can beat the Lions when they come into Soldier.
Well, your guy Aaron Glenn got his first win.
Well, it's not going to stop him from getting fired.
Right.
Yeah, and the Bengals?
Yeah, 39-38 last 1 point there yesterday. I looking at these other scores, Bills, 40-9 over the Panthers.
See,
nothing new there. Texans over the Niners, nothing new there. Both teams
Niners
are kind of
yeah.
Browns losing to the Patriots. Patriots, like I said, we talked about it last week.
Patriots are legit.
Yeah, they're looking good.
They're legit. They're playing solid, complimentary football. Now, here's what I tell you: Pittsburgh's are fraud. They're frauds.
Yeah,
they're frauds, and not just last night. They just don't have any. You spent $1 billion on your defense.
Yeah.
On old guys.
Yeah.
How's Tomlin going to have a defensive team?
I agree.
Rodgers is doing what he's supposed to do. He hasn't made any off the field stuff. He's been playing a good soldier. He hasn't done anything crazy. The defense stinks.
Yeah.
The defense stinks. So they're frauds.
Eagles over the Giants, and if Scatterbo, he had a horrific a dislocated ankle.
Yeah, I hate to see that, but
but I mean that just seals even more the nail in the coffin, because now they're not going to have a running game. That's done deal.
And they still don't have a good quarterback.
Buccaneers got it back into the hunt.
Who they play?
They beat who they should have beat, the Buccaneers. I mean the Saints. 20. Colts. 38-14 over the Titans. That was a game that you got to win that game.
You got to win it, and I'm glad they won it with a nice margin. I'm still not Indiana Jones. I'm still not sold on him. I'm not. I just can't be.
So let me ask you something.
I can't be.
And I love to just antagonize you a little bit about your Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
Does this make Denver at 6-2? Are they a legitimate contender for in the AFC?
No.
I mean, Bo Nix threw for 4 touchdowns and an interception.
That's because we were playing corner.
Okay.
And safety.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just checking.
Yeah. It like I said, this is the game that if even if Dallas would have won this game, I'm not thinking that they're serious anyway. They don't have any defense. You can't get to the quarterback, and you can't pass rush. I mean, you can't pass rush, and you can't stop the run. So you don't really have a chance. I have a coffee bet with a buddy of mine. I might as well buy him the coffee now when they play the Lions. How you gonna stop Jahmyr Gibbs and Montgomery? You can get into a shootout with them, but you have to score. The thing about Dallas, they have to score every time.
Right.
Every time down, you have to score. So you can't maintain that. Can't maintain it.
Well, listen, let's jump into some NBA, shall we? And other than the NBA started, last week? Was it the first week? Was that last first week? Yeah. Of course, the headlines that are taking over right now is the Gambino crime family thinks the mafia could have something on Chauncey Billups, and the NBA coach may be as much of a victim as the gamblers he fleeced. That was out of the New York Post today.
They have something on them.
Listen, I want to be, and I know we're going to talk about this because a little later on the show, but isn't it weird to me, though, that gambling is at the forefront of every sport out there? You see it at the stadiums. Before, it was if you ever did, it was the most deadliest sin in professional sports. Now it's celebrated. And then now all of a sudden, now all these former players that I'm sure have inside scoops to, hey, so what about this guy? And hey, what about that guy? And what about this? And what about that? I just think this is going to get worse before it gets better. What do you think?
There's more to come. You could have never told me. Well, yeah, you could have. Anybody's capable of anything. It's just Chauncey. You know, like,
Of all people, I was kind of shocked that it was Chauncey.
head coach, 3 kids, wife. It just goes to show you the power of the dollar.
Yeah.
It's the most powerful thing in the world because what do they got on them? You said they might have something on them. Well, the story, I didn't get that story today. I just got.
Well, according to this New York Post, he said, I'll go on a little bit. For them to do this, they probably knew somebody and asked him for a favor. He's got a wife he's cheating on. They caught him sniffing coke or whatever. They got him somehow, says John Elite theorized.
So he's a cokehead, now they're saying?
No, I don't know. They just said it could be something
like that?
Something. It could be some evidence or something that they have on him that.
Well, I mean, people cheat on that. NBA players cheat on their wives all the time. That's not nothing on me. I'm not risking years in jail just because I cheat. Go tell her.
Right.
I mean, people do that all. I'm not taking 7 to 8 years because I cheated on my wife.
Right.
You can tell her that. You know, it's bad. As bad as that sounds, it sounds horrible. I mean, I don't condone cheating, people.
Right.
Don't cheat on your wife. Don't cheat on your husband. Whatever. People, you know, it happens. People does. But with that, even if I'm doing coke, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Like, what did I kill somebody? Now that's different. You have that I shot somebody, or this is
Right.
This is you said, yeah. What I got from it was sounded like some Godfather.
Well, according
Johnny Fontaine.
According to this, the DOJ charged 31 people Wednesday, including Billups, Miami Heat's Terry Rozier, and ex-Cleveland Cavalier Damon Jones.
Yeah, he's been
in a
before.
massive illegal gambling bust,
Right.
involving the Gambino family,
Right.
the Bonanno family,
Yeah.
The Genovese family,
Yeah.
the Lucchese,
The five
I mean,
family.
is this God? Are they going to have Godfather 4?
Well-
and this is going to be the new storyline for it.
Chauncey, it sounds like Chauncey was Johnny Fontaine. If you ever seen the Godfather, Johnny Fontaine was the godson. Michael came to him and said, "You might want to get some of your entertainment people, to come to casinos." And Johnny said, "I'll do anything for my Godfather. You know that." This could be that. Get some of your NBA buddies, lure them over here. You're clean cut, Chauncey, or whatever. Let them come play some poker with us. Everything's rigged, and you get your cut. But more so to shame on like Chauncey because you're selling out your buddies. And I don't think that like the five families, they're not even like, it's not like that anymore. I don't think. Please, mob, don't come out. I'm just saying like they're not Carlo Gambino or Paul Castellano. It's not. Now they're just like kind of like soldiers and everybody's out for them. It's not. I mean, it's always been like a bad thing, but it's not. It was more corporate. The rules are a little more followed than now. Now everybody's just scrambling for a buck. Like I don't even know if it's the same as when Gotti and Nabul and and all those guys were. It was sections. Now it's just anything goes.
Well, this is saying the FBI accused Billups and Jones of serving as face cards to lure gamblers to rigged mob-run card games, operating out of 80 Washington Place in Greenwich Village.
Right.
Pro athletes and celebrities are often drawn to mobs, the Gambino button man said, because the underworld provides excitement in their high-profile lives.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, we love those movies, mob movies, and we're fascinated by those folks.
Well, listen, we got a couple of comments that have came in. This is, all right, Roar fam, the bye week is over. Do you think the Lions come out firing, or are we going to see a slow start like past seasons?
After the bye,
Yeah.
you play Minnesota. They stink. I'm not concerned about the Lions coming out roaring and firing. I'm concerned about the Lions getting to the Super Bowl. I don't care how many games they win in the regular season. I do not care. You guys are the big fish. You're the darlings of the NFC North. You're supposed to do all this. You got your quarterback. You got this. You got that. You got all the superstars. Shepard is the best player. Now they're talking about him going to LSU and all this coaching. Win the Super Bowl. You play the Minnesota Vikings at home. You should blow them out. Carson Wentz is the quarterback. Yeah, they'll come out firing.
Here's another one. Jared Goff's been solid, but can he really take us to that next level after the bye? Or do the Lions still need to lean heavy on the run game?
Lean heavy on the run game. How big is the game?
Yeah.
That's the question. Every game should be the run game. And then let Goff dink and dunk his way to
A Super Bowl?
yeah.
Okay.
Everything. The golf is not. It depends on the game. As long as the Lions don't get cute, But the defense is not going to hold up. And Goff, like I said, he's still going to throw the big picks until he proves otherwise. He'll throw the big picks in the games that matter. We know that. I've been saying that for 4 years. And you guys have studied, been saying, "Are we going to win it again?" No. No, you're not.
All right, let's take this one. It's on the NBA, and it says, with the FBI stepping in on gambling cases, do you think the league's been too relaxed about how close betting's gotten to the game? I think it has.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because you figure, even before all this,
I
there
agree.
was, to me, I think it kind of creeped out with the NBA. Because everybody always said, like, the NBA always seemed like, in most cases, like it was rigged, with the calls.
Well,
by
it's
the
always
by the refs.
It's the sport that's always gotten the most of that, the rigging.
Right. So it's surprising to you that
No.
this is out in the forefront now?
No. The world's best player gambled his head off. So, no, I'm not surprised. The best player ever to play basketball gambled his head off.
Well, we have another question. Crazy times in the NBA. What's your take on all these legal and gambling headlines hitting the league lately? Is it getting out of control? For me, I'll answer that first. Yeah, it's getting out of control. It's totally destroyed the sanctity of the game. And this, I think this is not just going to be. You're not going to just see this in NBA. I think eventually you're probably going to start seeing this in the MLB, what you have obviously with the Astros. But I don't even know if that was gambling. That was just sign stealing. But I could see stuff coming up in the NFL. I wouldn't be surprised at this at all.
Well, you gotta as commissioners, you gotta get together and you gotta band together and figure out a way to legitimize it to your fans and let them know that this is something that.
Well, to me, I think honestly, Co, I think the only way that they can even get a grip on this is it's going to have to be the cardinal sin, the unforgivable sin. They're going to have to say no gambling of any kind, and they're going to have to stop promoting. And it's going to. They're probably, even if they said, hey, we're not going to promote the gambling sites at our stadiums or on our broadcasts, they still could make tons of money advertising with other stuff. Don't you think?
No, the NBA, NFL especially, they've always made money, no matter what. The sponsors and everything that they have, but
I'd like to see statistics
Yeah.
of how much these gambling companies use, how much money they spend on ads and stuff. But I don't know. Okay. Well, listen. We also have our buddy Sean Stewart from 586 Sports. He's in this week with Safe and Trap, and I'm going to go down here into my bag and pull out my
Safer Trappers.
Safer Trappers.
Trappers.
There he is, almost a fully shaven Sean. He's looking different every week.
Yeah, he looks.
He had the James Harden beard last week.
Yes, I
And
did.
this week,
had the Wolfman Jack look.
that's I like it, John. It looks good, man.
Yeah, clean and cut.
Clean cut.
Yes,
So-
thank you very much.
So how did you do in Safe and Trap last week?
I gotta tell you, Atlanta. Oh my God,
I know
'Cause I remember
you
last-
said Atlanta. I remember you saying Atlanta.
that was bad. I never thought Atlanta would be playing this bad. And you scored 10 points against the Dolphins. That was very bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Atlanta stinks.
So where do you want to go first this week, Sean? Are we going to go NFL first? Or you want to go college?
Let's do college.
Okay.
College.
All right. Where would you like to start?
Let's start with the SEC.
SEC.
SEC. Here you go, right here. And what week are we on that now?
We're in week 10.
Week 10. Here we go.
10.
Oh, I'll let here's a sheet right here, the SEC.
I'm just looking at
code.
that's in the-
I'm going to say I am going to go Georgia over Florida this week.
That's safe.
I think it's a safe one. What do you think, Cole?
That's safe. That's safe. Georgia, yeah. I mean,
I think that's about as safe as it gets.
yeah.
Yeah. And plus, they fired a coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, amongst other schools.
Let me get Auburn over Kentucky.
Oh, Auburn over Kentucky. Well, who do you got, Johnny?
Let's go with Vanderbilt over Texas.
Yeah. That,
Well,
ooh.
Vanderbilt over Texas,
Ooh, that's,
really?
that's good. That's good. That's a good game. That's gonna be good. But I agree with that. That's.
You do.
Ooh, that's gonna be a good game. Archer's playing better.
Did you
And
see
then
who was
that's
number 2 in the polls this week?
No, I did not.
Indiana.
Indiana was
Not
number
surprised.
2.
I don't like their coach. I don't.
You think that's a legitimate number 2, though?
Yeah,
You do.
they're playing that way.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not. I think he just comes across as a bit. I got this and and two.
Oh,
to a
that
matter
type.
of fact, he kind of drives me a little bit nuts. But yeah, they could. That's number 2. I get. That's okay.
Okay. Well,
It'll come back down to reality in the next couple of years, a year or whatever. But yeah,
where do you want to go next, Johnny?
it's Bobby Knight School.
Let's go to Mountain West.
Mountain West it is.
You got that?
I do. It's right here. Right there. I'm going to say Air Force over Army.
That's
The
okay.
big Air Force team
Okay.
over Army.
Okay. All right. Colorado State. Nope. Fresno State. Boise State. Over Fresno State.
Boise over Fresno.
Yeah, Boise over Fresno.
Interesting. Who do you got, John?
Let's go with San Diego State over Wyoming.
San Diego State over Wyoming. That's a decent one.
Yeah, that's a good thing. That's not, yeah.
Where do you want to go next, Sean?
Let's go with the ACC.
ACC. We got the ACC right here. I am going to say, and we're week 10, right? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Correct.
I am going to go Clemson over Florida State.
I like that. That's a decent pick.
I like that game. 2 coaching vacancies that's going to be open.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Florida State over Clemson. He's headed down. He's out. Now, Florida State over Clemson.
What do you think, Sean?
I got Pittsburgh over Stanford.
Okay. It's legitimate.
Where do you want to go next, Sean?
Let's go with the Big 12.
The Big 12. I'm going to go looking at these games.
Goodness
West
gracious.
Virginia over Houston. West Virginia over Houston. What do you got, Co? Would you like to look at the list here?
West Virginia over Houston.
That's a coin toss.
Yeah.
It is. It's tough.
Oh, wait. Let's see. Let's go. I like that. Utah over Cincinnati.
Utah over Cincinnati. Who do you got, Sean?
I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to pick Houston over West Virginia.
Houston over West Virginia. Interesting. Okay, that leaves us with the Big Ten.
Big 10.
In Week 10, I think I really like. Do. I'm going to say upset. Maryland over Indiana. I just
That's a
think.
risk.
Well, hey, you know, when you think about how good they've played high-ranked teams, Michigan in the past, they've played Ohio State good in the past. I don't know if Indiana's a legitimate contender for the national champion.
They're not. Purdue over Michigan.
What? Purdue over Michigan? Wow.
Nope.
Coming out. Oh man, that's a.
Purdue over Michigan.
I don't know about that, Cole.
Purdue over Michigan. Michigan's a C minus at best. C minus. The Big Ten stinks. It totally stinks. You got 3 teams.
Basically,
Big Ten's terrible.
Who do you have, Sean?
I got Minnesota over Michigan State.
That's not surprising there.
Minnesota over Michigan State. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think that's surprising
No.
at all.
No, that's
Trash
not.
his head.
That's not.
And
Well,
plus, they may fire the head coach.
Well, let's delve into the NFL.
He will get fired, I'm sure.
Speaking of that, I want to get your opinion, Sean,
It's a matter of
because we're going to be talking about this in a minute. What is your thoughts on the NCAA coaching changes?
Well, right now, I figured that Brian Kelly would be fired, since they lost to Texas A&M, which was very unexcusable, and he's average at best. I will say that about Brian Kelly. So if someone were to tell me like which team is hottest for a hire, I will probably say LSU right now. Heck, I'll take that even Florida.
Those would be 2 good jobs.
Well, I say Penn State is the best gig out there.
You think so?
Yeah.
Even though you just said the Big Ten stinks.
Yeah. It's the best.
You think it's the best job?
It's the best gig out there. Because
To me, if I was a high profile coach, I think an SEC school would be where I want to go.
And plus, you're
Well,
going to get the recruits anyway.
well, the reason
Exactly.
Well, you're going to get the recruits, but so will Penn State. So the reason why I would say Penn State over LSU's had coaches. Penn State has Joe Paul. You got Franklin. The ship is sturdy. You're gonna get. It's huge. It's money. Big Ten has tons of money. Like that's the big gig. And people again, urban. I've been hearing, but yeah, we'll get to that later. But yeah, go ahead. So yeah, I think Penn State, LSU. You got Florida. You're gonna have Florida State, Clemson, probably, maybe.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Florida State because they may fire their head coach.
Oh yeah, Michigan State. So it's a lot going on.
I've never in my life seen so many coaches getting fired mid-season in college.
Well, that's because
Exactly.
it's turned into win now.
Right. And then when you have NIL and NCAA being involved, that makes it even harder.
It's win now.
Okay, let's jump into the NFC for the Survivor Pool picks this week. And looking here, Week 9, I am going to say Green Bay over Carolina.
That's very safe.
Yeah. I mean, they took care of
that same
business
pick.
against Pittsburgh. You got the same one, okay?
That's the same one.
That's very safe.
What about you, Go?
I got to do this. I hate to do this. He's playing the nephew, my buddy, my guy. I'm saying Dallas over Arizona. But Will Johnson has a great game. That's what I'm going to say.
That's very politically correct of you.
Right.
Will, they'll throw him at CD, throw him at Pickens. Yeah. Will will be fine. But Dallas over Arizona. They got to. You got to win this game to.
Or could they self-implode like they did last week against Bo Nix?
Well, self-imploding is making mistakes.
Well,
They just don't have a defense.
Prescott threw 4 picks.
Yes, I saw the one that he threw. You don't have to throw that ball. He's pinned back. You got to score every time. You don't have to throw the ball over the middle. You got Aubrey. He can kick from the other goal line, so you don't have to throw that. You don't have to throw that down the middle. Dak ain't gonna play perfect the whole year. He has, but this is a non-winnable game with the defense that they have. Now Arizona's a different ball team, so you got to win this game to kind of save face with Philly.
And plus, you're playing a bottom feeder NFC West team.
Right, you got to win this game.
Well, shifting gears to the AFC, I am going to go Baltimore over Miami.
Oh, definitely safe.
That's extremely safe.
Yeah, I like playing it safe.
That's extremely safe. Miami's god awful. So is the coach.
Still can't believe they beat the
Quarterback.
Falcons.
Falcons stink.
Quarterback and the head coach.
Falcons stink. Falcons aren't any good. With Penix or Cousins. Doesn't matter. It's 4 or 5 teams that's vibing for this, guys. So stop. And red and white is going to win the Super Bowl. This is all just funs and giggles. That's all it is. That's all it is. All of these teams are just mediocre teams. That's it. Rams, Kansas City probably is what it's going to be.
What do you got, Sean?
I am going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs.
That's extremely safe. They're going to blow them out tonight. Oh, that's next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's next week. Whoever they got, they're going to beat them.
You got KC over Buffalo?
Yeah.
Yes.
They beat them all the time.
At
Buffalo's
Buffalo?
inconsistent
Yes.
when they play each other.
Yeah, but I thought that was mostly during the postseason. I thought Jared Allen plays pretty well against.
You mean Josh Allen?
Or Josh Allen plays pretty good against the Chiefs during the
He
regular
does.
season. All right.
He's one of those good ones. I mean, he's not great.
Right.
It's
He
the
can put
Chiefs'
up
time.
stats.
Yeah, it's the Chiefs' time. They're pissed. They're pissed from last year. Everybody's healthy. Defense is very underrated because they're very good. Spags is the best in the business. Andy Reid's the best in the business. And you have arguably the greatest quarterback in this generation. Not ever. But let's stop. It's like Jordan when he was winning third, fourth. Let's stop. Let's stop. Everybody else just tailgate and have fun. Because it's
Right.
over. It's over. Kansas City is winning the Super Bowl. It's over.
Shawnee, before I let you go, I know you're a basketball guy, and we had talked about it a little bit before we got on the air with you. What is your thoughts about these FBI gambling scandals? I mean, because you're safe and trap, and you see a lot of gambling promotions on everything, all over every sport. What's your opinion on all this?
My opinion is that I am not surprised by this news, but you know how the mainstream media is. They always be like, oh my God, I can't believe this happening. But
Yeah,
I
you
just
can.
feel that exactly they know exactly what they're doing. But I just feel like these corporations, these commercials, they always push the gambling. It's like, can we just watch sport and just worry about and stop focus on the gambling? I just want to be entertained. That's all. That's all.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Because it sucks when you're watching the game and halfway through the first quarter they're like, "Well, if you didn't win on this and your game's totally screwed,
Yeah.
come to here and
Yep.
then we can give you
Yep.
some money to
Yep.
redo the bet for this."
Yep. Yep.
It is kind of it is kind of
It's going overboard.
yeah. I was telling Corey, I said, Corey, I said, I think in order for them to really get a grip on this again, is they're going to have to make it the cardinal rule, the cardinal sin. Do not gamble. And if you're caught gambling, lifetime ban, just like they did Pete.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because it does say it in
It's
every
the only,
clubhouse.
it's the only way it's the only way you're going to be able to cut things off.
Got to make an example.
Yeah. Well, Sean, where are you going to be? I know you got a show coming on, but who do you have on this week?
I have Dustin Link will be on the show this Thursday because we will be doing the NFL and doing a recap of last week as well. Because, man, a lot of pools been eliminated. So not only the Falcons, but also the Bengals. Thank God they didn't take the Bengals because I figured they would lose that game against the Jets. I figured that.
Okay. So what time are you on? Thursday
This
night.
Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on 586 Sports, streaming on X and on YouTube. Yep, and there's my logo. We are the
Perfect.
Detroit Survivor Pool Authority.
All right.
Sounds good, Sean. Well, hey, thanks for coming on, and we'll see you again next week. All right.
Peace. Thank you, Sean.
All right,
All right, man.
talk to y'all.
All right. Have a good one.
Sean Stewart for 586 Sports, and it's always nice talking to Sean.
Yeah, Sean's dope.
Always nice
Knows what
talking
he's
to
talking
him.
about.
Well, listen, we got some more comments in here. Would you like to hear them?
Sure.
It says that this is on Chauncey Billups. Chauncey Billups getting dragged into all this. Does it show a bigger problem in sports, or is it just caught up in bad timing? I think it's
Both.
both.
Yeah. Yeah, it's both. It's both. It's both. It's sad, but it's the reality. It is both.
I wonder if he's going to do time for this.
He will.
That's the sad thing.
Yeah.
And they were saying that everybody pretty much makes the Hall of Fame in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
So they were saying that it probably is going to.
It'll strip it.
It'll strip it. He's not going in.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Feels like every few weeks there's another story about players, coaches, or staff getting looked at for gambling. Is this turning into a full-blown epidemic in pro sports? Yeah, absolutely it is. Mm-hmm. With no end in sight.
Yep.
With no end in sight. Well, we have. Let's see. What else do we have up on the agenda, Jared? On our topics. I love it when Jared puts the graphics up for us.
Graphics
to
up
see.
over there.
Where do we got to go? My team
World Series.
tied up 1-1.
So you got two teams, Tigers and Dodgers.
Dodgers, as you know,
In the West.
they're always my NL team.
Yeah.
They've been my NL team since the '80s, when you had Ron Say and Garvey and
I actually love Garvey.
yeah. But listen,
David
they're
Lopes.
the Toronto got the best of them in the first game, and they came back and got the best of Toronto in the second game.
It's going 7.
Yeah,
I said 6.
you think
Now
it's
it
going
looks
to
like-
go full 7?
I hope so. I think it is. I said 6, but yeah, the one kid pitched the whole
Yeah.
game. Scooble.
Yamamoto or whatever his name is.
Yamamoto. Dodgers got those. They got those horses, man. They don't listen. If they can stay away from their bullpen, and that's the reason why he's going that. If they can stay away from that middle of that bull, they're gonna be heck on wheels. And they haven't, gone crazy yet. But Toronto's no slouch. This is actually a good World Series. And like I said, I think it's going to go 7. I'm going to watch tonight and see how things play out. They're back in L.A.
Back in L. They have 3 games and 2 more. You don't know. The next 3 are in L.A.
Next year in L.A.
Yeah.
So Toronto, the Dodgers did what they needed to do. They split in someone else's backyard.
Would it surprise you if they swept, if they took all 3 in L.A.?
It would. Because I don't think that Toronto, they led the league in hits. I don't think they just go down like that. And they got decent pitching. So I don't think they're just going to just lay down and just let them just walk over them for 3. No. And you see what you're getting? You're getting all this star power.
Yeah.
All this star power.
Ohtani was 1 for 4. Freddie Freeman was 1 for 4.
Yep. See,
They got the most production out of their catcher
Yeah.
last night or the night before. 2 for 4
Yeah.
with a homer.
Yeah.
Three.
And they had,
three
like I said,
RBIs.
if they collectively get going, you know how that goes. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, good series. I love it. I'm glad. We get to see and Toronto's not like some low market where they haven't been in the World Series. They had great teams. So
I agree with you.
This is not like the Devil Rays, the Rays. I'm sorry, the Rays and the Dodgers. This is a very good series, and I like it. I like the star power driven stuff. I love that. So we'll see tonight. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it should be a good
Try
game.
to flick it back and forth with Monday Night Football. Well, that'll be over in the first quarter, I'm sure. Mariota?
Well, just so you know, there's 105 days, 6 hours, 6 minutes, and 45 seconds until spring training.
With no school ball.
And I'll leave you at, well,
With no
you're right. So, but listen, let's talk about that, shall we? Because we've already kind of delved into the NCAA
school ball.
coaching changes. Let's take a look at that.
No, we haven't. Briefly.
Well,
No.
What was that?
What's available, yeah, you're right. But keep in mind, Urban.
I don't think he's coming back, Cole.
So this is the guy that, didn't he get a lap dance at some club back when he was coaching with the Jaguars? Or something like that, when the plane left and he was still there getting a lap dance from some, I don't know the whole story.
Wasn't at a club?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it was a woman.
Restaurant or something?
Yeah, something like that.
So here's the deal with that, real quick, and we can get to your topic.
Okay.
Any amount of money, a big, with that type of character, a huge payout. They're giving people $50 million to walk away. Urban Meyer is arguably the best college coach ever to coach. Any big amount of money is going to make him think. But go ahead. He's only 61.
Well, Brian Kelly's out, Billy Napier's out, James Franklin's out, Trent Dilfer's out, Mike Gundy's out, Sam Pittman's out, and Brent Pry.
Penn State, LSU. You know how much fear?
Okay, so where do
You know how much fear he would put in the Big Ten if he went to Penn State? Michigan's scared. Ohio State is scared. Oregon's scared. You know how much fear he would put? He's going to get players. He's going to get players
Do
no
you
matter
think
where
he
he
wants
goes.
to coach again, though?
I don't know. Any amount of money. I don't know. That's the thing. He said coaching took a lot of years off his life, he thought, because all he did was coach.
Well, that's what he said when he left Florida.
Right. But any amount of money. These guys are maniacs. They're egomaniacs.
Well, I mean, I'm sure all of these coaches will probably end up somewhere.
Yeah.
Brian Kelly will probably end up somewhere. Brian Kelly, I could see coming back, maybe a Big Ten gig.
Yeah.
How about Brian Kelly to Michigan State?
I wouldn't do it. For what?
Well, he was pretty successful in Central.
He was successful at Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Then he left to try to win the national championship and couldn't get it up. So that tells me he's the same as Franklin. He didn't win nothing big. No. Michigan State needs a clean-up, young, energetic, something. They don't need to go rehash the same stuff. Clean it all up.
Well, we were going to have Tony Blankenship on tonight, and Jared just told me he was having audio trouble getting him on tonight. So we're going to hopefully maybe have him on next week or the week after.
Yeah.
It'd be good to talk to Tony. We miss him.
Yeah.
I miss talking X's and O's with Tony.
Yeah, he knows it.
And I like how he gives you a hard time, too.
Just only on the Urban Meyer stuff because he's scared.
And
Shout out to Blank, my guy.
And I want to get his opinion. He's got his ear to the ground there in the high school football.
Yeah, Blank knows it. He knows what
he's
he's doing.
I'd like to see how he thinks he's going to end up taking the state championship.
Blank knows what he's doing. You got to give him a little time, and he'll get it right.
Well, maybe if Blank can't get in on the Zoom soon, we can somehow or another get him in here in studio.
Yeah, I'll get some
He's
pizza
always,
or something.
The invite is always open. But I did talk to him today. Jared told me he was having audio problems, but we'll definitely get, Tony back in here.
Yep.
Let me see. I know there were some more questions. Let's go back to the Tigers because we have some things that people want to talk about, Co. Do you think schools? No. This is the NCAA. Let's see. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you. So listen. So they wanted to do another. We were doing an assessment of Riley Green. They did another assessment of Torkelson. Here's another guy that's kind of in the same ballpark as Riley Green. Young, team controllable. I mean, here's guys that you could, if you really wanted to, trade, and I guess they would be trade pieces. But in all actuality, when you look at the free agent class of 2026, to me, I know we talked a little bit about this last week, I thought really the only person that, to me, offensive player-wise, that could make a big difference in the lineup would be Pete Alonso. And then, do you really need to add another first baseman? I thought to myself, hey, it would be kind of cool. Throw Torkelson at third. That was his original position when we drafted him. Then you got your 30 home run guy at third. Alonso at first. I'm still not sold on Cole Keith. I know you're not either. But when you look at how far they are away for really a World Series run, I think it's a little farther out than what we really want to admit as Tiger fans.
They're 10 years out.
No.
They're not going to work.
Cole, because you got to think about this.
You're going or winning?
Okay, here's the thing.
First of all, they're
winning,
not going.
Winning at all. Here's the thing, man. Listen, you can say what you want. The Yankees got all the money. They bought everybody. They still didn't win anything.
You guys keep saying that. Judge is homegrown.
Okay, well
this Judge is homegrown.
Without Judge and what, Volpe?
They don't buy everybody.
Well,
I keep saying that.
Jeter but they've added big name pitchers.
Yeah, they do. They will do that. They added Cole. They added Cole.
And Fried.
Yeah, and Fried. Yep. Yeah, because pitching, now you got Cole and Fried. This is a different outcome to all this. Get rid of Torkelson, and Torkelson can't play third or first. He's a C- defensively. If you get arms, look at Scherzer. 4 World Series. If you get arms, enough arms, it covers up the bats.
But you were just complaining earlier that we needed more hits.
You do. But if you get you got to get a hitter. You got none of the Tigers can hit. But if you get more arms on that team, you had one pitcher.
Well, I agree.
You got to get more arms.
But looking at it,
so if you can trade Torkelson or to get 2 arms.
But do you think Torkelson could provide you 2 big arms or 1 big arm?
No.
Exactly. That's
he
what
has
I'm
to
saying.
go with the other boy, the other kid.
So
Sorry,
you would trade Green and Torkelson together for a pitcher?
For 2? Yeah. If the deal is right. I give both of them up for Skeens. Absolutely.
That's a little far-fetched.
No, it's not. No, it is not. Pitching wins World Series.
Well, I agree with you on that. But
You got to have it.
But do you think it's worth them just kind of getting a couple players? Look, I don't see them getting Glider back. He was solid for him this year.
If you're banging on him to be your 1, 2, 3,
No. I'm thinking on him. You bring him back along with, let's say,
Gleyber Torres is 7.
If there's any free agent I want to see come here, offensively wise, it's Pete Alonso. And then, if you want to trade, if you think that would crowd up the infield, and you wanted to trade Spencer somewhere, because Pete Alonso is only like 30, 31.
But Pete Alonso, Skubal has to stay. What's the point? If Pete Alonso comes and Skubal goes,
well, but that's what I'm saying. But that goes to what we were talking about with Terry Skubal. I think you have to trade him.
Yes.
This offseason.
Yes. Do people understand that he's already had Tommy John? Do people know that? He's already had it. You cannot keep him for that amount of money. You just can't do it. It's not economically sane. So you gotta, but if he wants to 1 year, you bring a lot, whatever. Now you got something that you can bank on in the batter's box. You got something you can bank on the mound. But you gotta just look at what's going on now. Why don't people understand the blueprint of baseball, basketball, or football? Superstars wins World Series. They don't have any. They don't have any superstars. Ohtani is a superstar. Betts is a superstar. They are probably going to win the World Series. You can't muffle around and dingle around and do this, and oh, that's a good piece. He might fit. Oh, he'll win us some games. You gotta go all out and have a superstar to win in baseball. All you gotta do is look. Just look. Toronto, when they won, Alomar, Joe Carter. Just look at it. Just look at it. Yankees, Jeter, A-Rod. Just look at it. Bonds. You got to have stars, man, because go-along baseball is what the Tigers are playing. If the American League wasn't so horrible, the Tigers wouldn't even be in the talks. Why do you think Ramirez, because Ramirez. And you got to have stars.
Okay, so if you traded your star away in Skubal, who would you want to go get? Let's put that out there.
Well, Skubal's going to walk. You ain't going to trade him. But if you trade him,
but I mean, like I said, I really feel, and I had read some articles that saying that he's probably going to be up there in trade talks in the winter meetings in a couple weeks, which he should be. But, I mean,
you got to trade him for a pitcher and a bat. He's worth that. He's worth two of those. You got to trade him for a pitcher and a bat. He's going to win the Cy Young.
Well, don't you think, though, that if they get somebody, it has to be a high prospect and a legitimate MLB starter?
Prospect, schmoshback. I don't want no prospects. I want a superstar on the team. I'm tired of, they've got some good prospects. They're hanging on to the prospects. Well, keep hanging on to them. And see where it gets you. Just go get Bregman, man, and go get somebody that's going to bring more people in the seats some more and actually hit the 3-run homer when it counts.
But I just don't know about Bregman, man.
Well, I'm just using him.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I'm just using, not necessarily him.
Okay.
But again, like you say, it's tough to go find. They're in a pinch. Like you said, like all they now have is prospects. Everybody's like if you, I don't think if Alfonso wants to come here. I mean, for the right price, but I don't think the Mets want him to leave. I don't think the Mets want him to leave.
I think he would be a great fit here.
I think he would work out here.
He's that bat that you need. He brings the experience.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And you'd have to try Torkels in that third because what else do you got?
Right.
Well, he plays some outfield, but you can't put him in outfield. You would have to try him at third. But I don't think he can. I don't think he would be. I think Torkels is the first baseman somewhere else if you can get him.
Well, you could always put him at DH.
DH him, yeah. Yeah.
have him switch on and off with torque. And then you still got Kerry Carpenter that can play right field when healthy.
Right. Who's out there?
Well, listen, we want to talk about some questions. Our Believe It or Leave It section.
Oh, SpaghettiOs.
Yeah.
It's now time for Believe It
And you expect me to believe that? What do I look like? I look like an idiot. I don't.
or Leave It.
My son, I'm not touching that with a 60-foot pole. Next caller.
All right, Jared, our Believe It or Leave It.
All right. This week on Believe It or Leave It, question number 1 is NCAA schools that are dumping their head coaches mid-season is a direct result of bad coaching. Believe it or leave it.
NCAA schools that are dumping their head coach mid-season is a direct result of bad coaching. Believe it or leave it. Absolutely believe it.
Bad coaching.
Absolutely believe it. Absolutely believe it. 100%. Believe it.
You don't think it's just the talent that they have
Believe
that they're
it.
not having?
Believe it. It's bad coaching.
I'm going to leave that.
Okay.
I don't think it's bad coaching because I don't think it. You know, when you look at the names of these coaches like Kelly and Napier, Franklin, I think they're good coaches.
They're overrated coaches.
Okay.
They know the X's, the O's that if you're not getting kids to buy in, Belichick, it all comes down to bad coaching because that's a part of it. That's a part of it. You're not getting Underwood better on how to throw the ball. That's bad coaching. You're not coaching the kid up. LSU, you're not with all of that talent. Something's missing. They're not listening to you. Something's missing. It's bad coaching. To me, it's bad coaching.
Okay. What
Bad
else? What do you think, Jared?
I think I'm going to leave that. I haven't heard this story until today, until you guys were talking about it. So I don't know what to think, really.
Well, great. Thanks for doing your homework, Jared.
Honestly.
What's the next one we got?
Number 2, legalized gambling in sports has now become an epidemic and is out of control. I have an opinion on this.
That's an easy one.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna. Next one, believe it. I got something else to say to that.
Were those the only two?
That was the only 2. This is the
Okay,
last
well,
one.
hey, that's good.
All right. Yeah,
At least we agree.
those are good
Yeah.
ones.
Well, listen. I know we're running short on time. Let's look at this. Give me your thoughts, real quick, on the Pistons. You're an NBA guy.
Well, you know I like Cade. And the bad thing about them, I haven't sat down and watched them play a full game yet. So I haven't sat
Well,
down
they
and
just
watched
beat the Celtics.
They
last
beat the
night.
Celtics, the Pistons. What I'm going to say until I start watching them a little bit more, and I believe in Bickerstaff. You know, I think he's good for them. They buy in again. I love the GM. I love Cade. I love the leadership. I got to watch them to see where they're at now, to see what's the difference between them and last year. Because if they're making changes, if they're growing, then they're being coached up and they're being better. They're getting better. I think they can be top 3, top 4 team in the East. I really think that. You got to take advantage of what's going on. Halliburton's hurt. The kid from Boston's hurt. Not that I'm not saying, I'm glad they're hurt. But they're hurt, What's the Tatum? Tatum's hurt. Halliburton's hurt for Indiana. Those are real good teams. I think they can beat Cleveland. I think they can beat the Knicks. I'm looking for the Pistons to be in that top 3 seed. Top 3, no more than 4. No lower than 4 coming out of the East. I'm going to start watching. I haven't started. The only game I've watched so far was Steph. But I'm going to watch them and look at them and see if I see some growth. They're always going to play defense, but I think they're top 3 in the East. Top 3 in the East. That's my take on it. They're well coached. They're not perfectly coached. Nobody's perfectly coached. They're well coached. Like I said, you got to take advantage of what's going on, in the East right now. You never know what Philly's going to do. Giannis is unhappy, so, hey, go out and get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Red Wings are playing hot. I really like what they're doing there, and I hope it keeps up for them. But listen,
And they're young.
Yeah, and I was hoping EBJ was going to call in tonight.
Yeah, because I was going to ask him some stuff. We'll get to that. Like, that's going to be kind of a longer segment than 4 or 5 minutes, because I got some questions about how to watch it, when, what to watch for. As far as one thing I've never, hung my hat on is being a hockey expert. What I do know is the best sporting event to watch in person ever.
Oh yeah,
Over
without a
football,
doubt. I
baseball,
would agree
basketball,
with you.
anything. And I'm a baseball person, so I love it. I love it live. So I want to learn more about it. And EVJ, when he comes on, maybe a good 5-minute talk, the questions that I have.
Yeah.
And all I know is Gretzky's the greatest. So
Yeah.
that's it.
Well, listen, let's go into the Corey's Roar.
It's now time for Corey's Roar. Corey's mic is on,
Turn my mic up.
and his roar waits for no one.
I'm going to sip my coffee while you do this.
Yeah, you know what? I hate that it has to come to this, and it has come to this. As a little kid, I played all 3 sports: football, basketball, baseball. Sports is a big part of life, just like music. I say it to say that I don't trust it. Gambling has taken its toll on all of these sports. This is not something new. It's just more money involved. It's bigger. It's changing people's lives. It's causing harm and foul to folks. Like, I don't know who's going to win the game. I don't trust coaches. I don't trust these kids in the NIL. I watched the Michigan State game. Daniels was laughing and smirking, and he's going to get paid regardless. It's not the same anymore. The purity of sports, I don't even know what golf is doing. Like, it's all bad, and you have to look at it. And it's really sad because I'm not saying this to all athletes and all people that participate in professional sports and GMs and things like that, but this whole incident, and there's more coming down the pike. I really believe that. And it's not just basketball. It's football. I mean, betting now, it's a way to earn money, like daily money. You can just, you know what I mean? Like, you never know what game is being altered. You never know. I mean, look at the Counter Stallion stuff. It's just all a mess. And it's hard to root for certain teams. It's hard to, watch the officiating. It's watch the, did he really fumble? Did he kick extra wide to the right? You just never know what's going on. And I've lost all, serious concern about sports. I'm always going to love it because it's entertainment. If you look it up under the LLC, it says entertainment. It's the entertainment business. But this gambling thing has really, taken it to the next level. And, like I said, I was watching, Michigan State getting their hats handed to them. And they were just over there like it was just a picnic. It's no Woody and Bo. It's just.
Well, I'm telling you,
It's just, I can't trust it. And, I'm going to watch it because it's on every day. But who knows what these outcomes are going to be anymore. I just don't. It's sad. And it's sad for, little kids that come up and, it's so, to come up and want to be, the next Montana or this. It's just bad. It's just a bad look for adults, kids, and like I said, when you put money in it and it's a whole lot in it, the most unexpected person or group of people will do anything. My buddy always says, you put a pile of money on the table and watch how people react. And people are reacting like savages right now. So it's hard to even, trust anything that goes on in the sports world. So, I feel bad that it's come to this with Chauncey and whatever. Like I said, I don't know what's going on with that situation. I'll never know. I wasn't there. But I do know he has a family. And I think his daughters were all involved in the NBA with some sort of nice high executive things, positions. And they're going to take all that. All that will be taken away because of this. So, yeah. That's it. That's all I got.
Well, I mean, I totally agree with you. I think, we could talk for hours about this stuff, especially this gambling stuff. But listen, I think we might have a caller. Jared, do we have a caller? I hear him talking in there. I can give you 5 seconds. You are watching the Roar Live right here on My Michigan TV, YouTube, Facebook, and beyond. You can watch and, of course, get in on the chat. And this is what I'm talking about. We were just talking about the Red Wings. And our guy, Joey, finally made it through that California traffic.
Yeah.
And
California smog.
Yeah.
Is it smog?
Joe, listen, I want to hear, I know you're going to be our hockey insider. I'm going to name you that, the hockey insider. You'll also be the number one Detroit Lions fans, but that's for sure. He's got all of them on. The only thing he doesn't have on is the Pistons.
Wow. Yeah. Probably got on piston shorts or something.
Maybe he's got piston briefs
Socks or something.
Right.
I got an old 1998 Pistons championship shirt, man. Are you kidding?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So listen, what are your thoughts on the Wings, man? We kind of wanted to talk about it tonight, but I know you're kind of like the Wings guy.
Yeah. So remember we talked before, Joe, what I do know is that they're young, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what I wanted to do, like I said, I wanted to be one of those segments where we just kind of give it a good 5 minutes to talk, because I had some questions. But go ahead, and we'll figure that out at another date. But go ahead and tell us what do you think about this team, where they're going, what they're doing, and tell us a little bit about as quick as you can. Tell us a little about the coach, because I don't really know much about the coach. But go ahead.
Well, the coach is Todd McClellan, and if you followed the Red Wings for any period of time, like since the '90s, which I've followed the Wings since before the '90s, but Todd McClellan used to be on the bench with us as an assistant coach with Scotty Bowman back in the Bowman days.
Okay.
And when Bowman left and McClellan left, he left behind the Red Wings bench after the Bowman days and became a head coach. And
so he left with Bowman. He did leave with Bowman?
He didn't leave with Bowman, but
okay.
Bowman had won, like 8 championships over his career, and he was just, he's just a Hall of Fame kind of coach.
Right.
And when McClellan left, I always thought that maybe he would get promoted after Bowman left to the Red Wings coach, and then he didn't, and then he moved on and went to other clubs and not as a head coach, but then eventually became a head coach. And I think it's just kind of come full circle where he comes back. So as far as Todd McClellan, I'm glad he's a part of the Red Wings organization again, because he always just. He seemed to be a good coach. Where he's been since then, he's kind of got the reputation of being a hard-nosed kind of coach, not necessarily a player's coach. Not the Pete Carroll type of coach. He's kind of a hard-nosed coach that holds the players accountable, so to speak. And that's a tricky game to play when you get into professional level, and you got men being paid millions of dollars to play a game, and then you're trying to tell them you need to get your butt out there and get your butt in gear, kind of stuff. But so as far as the coach, I'm glad to see McClellan on our bench again, as opposed to guys like Blashill, who I never really cared for. I really never really even cared for Mike Babcock for that sake, for that. Word. But aside from that, Corey, I just heard you say something about needing superstars on your team to win championships and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I don't always agree with that, but a superstar is somebody that that star power always gives you that leg up, in the locker room. Well, the Red Wings definitely have a superstar on their team. They got two of them. And Dylan Larkin, our captain, and Patrick Kane, who is an aging superstar, but the guy's for sure, first ballot Hall of Famer. He's injured right now, but the dude is. You could just see whenever he's on the ice, he can make things happen as far as scoring. He's not the greatest defensive player, but that guy has the most incredible hands I've ever seen. For him to continue to use that kind of stuff on the ice at his age is it's remarkable. The player that I would liken him to most in Red Wings lore is a dude named Pavel Datsyuk. Datsyuk was incredible. He had the most incredible stick handling and puck handling skills ever. And that's Patrick Kane is similar to that. So we have superstar power on our team. What we don't have, though, which is key to winning a Stanley Cup, is goaltending.
Okay, so let me stop you right there. So what's the most important piece on a hockey team? Like, we know the quarterback is the most important piece on a football team. What is and like I said, there's more stuff I want to ask you, but we don't have a whole lot of time. What's the most important piece on an NFL team looking to win a Stanley Cup?
So for an NHL team to win a Stanley Cup, you gotta have it. All boils in the playoffs. It all boils down to the goaltender.
Okay.
The goaltending is the key to winning a Stanley Cup. And that's my opinion, but I would say any hockey person would probably tell you that is the way to get to the Stanley Cup. You have to have superior goaltending to everyone else. I do the no goals go in just the puck is on the ice sliding around fast. It gets behind people quickly. But if a guy that prevents any easy goals from going in, gives the team in front of them the confidence that they're not going to lose on a whim for just some fluky play, and that bodes hugely in a game where you're so tightly matched. Today's NHL game, the skating has improved over everything that's changed over the past 20, 30 years in NHL. It has to be the skating of the players that are not Hall of Famers. Everybody can skate like they're Olympic figure skaters nowadays. They're incredible skaters. So
okay,
I know you don't have a whole lot of time.
No, real quick, one more. So Lemieux, Gretzky. So these guys can't outplay the goalie. They can't. We always say how the quarterback Mahomes can carry. So you still have to. Can they beat the team without their goalie?
No.
Okay.
Having
a successful
every one of those teams that they won Stanley Cups on, they had incredible goaltending.
Okay. Gotcha.
To win those cups, Grant Fuhr with the Gretzky Edmonton years, Marc-Andre Fleury with the Pittsburgh years, with Lemieux, and actually Lemieux had someone else. Crosby had, those Pittsburgh had incredible teams when they had Jaromir Jagr, Crosby, and Evgeny Malkin, and and Lemieux. When they were all on the ice at the same time, it was sick.
Okay.
When the Islanders last team to win 4 cups in a row back in the '70s, they had Mike Richter. They were incredible. So incredible goaltending goes hand in hand with Stanley Cups
Gotcha.
for sure. Yep.
So before we let you go, what are your thoughts so far? I know the season's early on. How do you feel the Wings are playing? I mean, they're on that streak here and have been playing pretty good. Do you think this is going to be something that they keep up the rest of the year?
It's always hard to say, but the Red Wings have been fickle. They got smashed in their first game against Montreal. They got beat 5-1, right? At the Joe they're at Little Caesars, and they came back and they whipped off 4 wins in a row before they lost another one, and then they won a couple. The last game they won 6-4, but they were down 4-0 before they came back in the last half of the second period and third period. They just somehow were able to overcome. So that being able to do that is a feat that not a lot of teams can do. Come back and score 6 goals unanswered.
Right.
But the Red Wings are really not. They might be a playoff team this year, but we still have goaltending problems.
Okay.
We have an aging John Gibson and a aging Cam Talbot. Talbot's played better than Gibson. Gibson was supposedly our steal of the season or the off season that we got from Anaheim, but he's aging and he really hasn't played that well. And he was the goalie in the 5-1 loss against Montreal at the start of the season, and he lost another game. So Talbot has actually played better. Do the Red Wings have a playoff team? Yes, potentially. They've elevated. We got 3 rookies that are like 20-somethings that made the team that normally don't make the team, but they're good. They're good young players. They got the speed to play the game. They just need to learn how to play the NHL style game, which that takes a little bit of time. One of the guys is standing out, Finney. He's playing on the top line, but any guy that gets the ability to play with Dylan Larkin, who is our resident young superstar, the captain of the team. That dude is incredible, and anyone that gets to play with him is gonna be productive.
Okay.
So. They have the potential to have a real good season, but McClellan had to make some moves after that first loss. He threw a couple dudes back to the AHL, to our AHL affiliate team, the Grand Rapids Griffins, and that seemed to spark them, to wake them up, and then that's when they went on the 4-game winning streak, and then so he had to get on them after we had 2 losses in a row. That were both pretty ugly losses to teams that, as far as the standings were concerned, we were supposed to beat them. Okay. But we lost to them both, in an ugly fashion. So he's had to crack the whip again to get. And it didn't seem like it was working because we went down 4-0 in the game against the St. Louis Blues, and then somehow we came back, which is great, but it's not a good sign for longevity. Are they good? Are they going to be good for the rest of the season? Who knows?
Okay.
They're good, but they're not great.
Two questions, one answer, real quick. Are they mentally and physically tough enough?
To do what? To be a playoff team?
Yeah. Are they mentally? Do you see signs of mental toughness and physical toughness?
Well, we have, we've gone through a lot of stuff. We've missed the playoffs 9 years in a row. So mentally, yeah, they're prepared to play. It seems, most of the time, but they don't always come out and play.
Gotcha.
And that can be a thing of coaching, the type of coaching, whether or not their psyche is working well for them, or the coaching style is working well, putting pressure on them. If the guys come out and play, if they play freely, they're not afraid to make a mistake, you can see that on football teams a lot, where guys tighten up and they don't play the way that they're supposed to or the way that they're capable of because they're afraid to make a mistake. I see that with Michigan State's basketball team, and some of their great players. They don't they don't play freely because they're afraid to make a mistake because of the wrath they get from the coach.
Right.
So sometimes that carries over on the ice as well. So yeah, they're prepared to play. NHL is a headsy kind of game. If you really watch hockey is a thinking man's game because it is moving so fast up and down the ice, and it's fluid. Everything is interchangeable. A defenseman is a forward, and a forward is a defenseman. They're all constantly changing positions, and you have to know how to play it all, in order to be on the ice out there.
Okay.
Joe, before I let you go, what are your predictions for the Lions this week? Going into to take on Minnesota. How do you feel? How do you feel they're going to fare there, coming off of a bye?
Well, Minnesota's certainly not the team that they were last year, and I see us smacking them in the mouth. They're it's a division team. It's an important game to win. But yeah, I think we're gonna get them.
Are you saying they're going to do this?
We're gonna smash them.
Yes, sir.
Well,
are you going to also say this, Joe?
I put my money where my mouth is.
well, we seen them smash
Always.
them last year.
Corey thinks they're going to lose next week.
I didn't say that.
You didn't say
I don't
that?
think.
I could have swore you said that.
I don't think they're going to lose
Carson
against
Wentz
Minnesota.
with Carson Wentz at the helm. Yeah,
No,
right.
Carson's done.
Oh, is JJ back?
Carson's out for the year, I think.
Is JJ back? Well, he was out for the year when he started the year. So if the Lions lose this game, that's on them. They're supposed to go out and kill Minnesota.
Yeah.
Minnesota stinks.
Yeah. I don't think they're very good. I think our tests are coming up after the Minnesota. I think we're going to go in and smack Washington too, and then we got to play Philadelphia. So if we aren't too banged up when we face Philadelphia, it'd be nice to see us play a good game against a good team. So like Corey always says, you got to win those games. Although those games are less important in the regular season than they are in the playoffs. So,
Well, hey, I appreciate you rushing through traffic to jump on with us tonight, buddy.
Well,
we're not done with the hockey stuff, Joe. Like seriously, we're going to revisit this.
That's your homework as our hockey
there's so
insider.
much more I want to ask, but we're out of time.
I watch almost every game, so I'll be glad to talk hockey with you. I haven't had a chance to talk hockey with anybody other than my hockey buddies out here.
Okay.
We watch regularly.
Okay.
All right, JoJo. Well, listen, man. Hopefully we can get you on next week and talk some hockey. We'll be in touch, I'm sure, through the week and over the weekend. And, yeah, want to hear more of your comments next week.
Absolutely.
All right. We'll be glad to call in next time.
Okay.
Sounds good, buddy.
Sounds good, man.
Well, thanks,
All right,
JoJo.
fellas.
All right, man. Have a good one. EVJ from Eastvale, California. Yes. Our resident #1 Detroit Lions fan, and I'm calling him our hockey insider. How about that?
No, we just added like people want to know about hockey too, so they're going to start tuning into this. I don't know it, so I'm going to ask the questions. I got a lot of questions to ask, but yeah, all I know is like this obvious stuff: Messier, Lemieux, Fedorov, Lindros when he was, Gretzky's the GOAT to me. I know that stuff. I don't know all the inside, the coaching. How do you coach? Defensemen, center, what do you do? Why they fight? I don't know any of that. So I want to know. And
of course, we were trying to get Tony Blankenship in tonight, and we had some technical difficulties with him.
Yep.
We'll get that squared away, and I'm looking forward to talking with Tony. There's a lot of questions I need to ask Tony.
Okay. All right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm up for it.
Tony's that guy.
Yep. I'm up for it.
Okay, everybody. Well, listen, we'll be back on the air next week, coming up Monday night. Might look a little different on the setup on the screen, but we'll be back Monday to talk Tigers, Lions, World Series. When are we going to be in? By that time, we'll probably be in Game 5 or 6 in the World Series, won't we?
Yep.
Yeah.
Who is the Minnesota quarterback? Me?
I don't know. I'm
our producer, Jared. Jared, you playing for Minnesota this week?
Jared might be the quarterback.
Good job getting rid of Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
Good job, guys.
All right, folks, that will do it for us, and we will see you next time right here on The Roar. Like and subscribe while you're at it.
Like and subscribe.
And if you have comments,
call,
put them on there.
Text.
We want to hear
do
from you.
Whatever you want to do,
Yes.
call in. Get smart. Try to outsmart me, which is gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to do.
See you later, folks. I'm Scotty Williams. That's Corey Tiez. Bye-bye for next time.